Hi guys, and welcome to Net Buzz, popular stuff on the net. We'll be posting daily. Today we are going to be talking about a particular blogger who talked about how diversity is a massive problem within the influencer marketing sphere. She's a blogger called Tiffany Moon, and we're going to get into it right now. But before we do go into it, please do subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified when we do post up videos, because it helps our channel out a whole lot. Now let's delve right deep into this right now. So let's jumpstart this with a quote from blogger Tiffany Moon, and she says, "You talk about diversity and inclusion and you want to create a platform for black women, but you barely post black women on your feed." As protests against police brutality raged in cities all over the world this past weekend, many Instagram influencers speak out. The platform has been filled with activism from influencers, big and small, sharing their thoughts and calling for change. However, there is one voice that until Monday had been glaringly absent from the discourse: the enormous influencer monetization app Like to Know It and its parent company Reward Style spent the weekend ignoring the protests while continuing to send emails encouraging bloggers to post affiliate links to earn commission. A spokesperson for Reward Style didn't immediately return a request for comment. Now, a black influencer has encouraged dozens of other bloggers to speak out against the company, directly saying Reward Style and other brands have a duty to do better at highlighting black voices, especially as the gatekeeper to a major source of revenue in the industry. She and others are also calling for a reckoning of the influencer industry at large, hoping to use this moment to fight for long overdue improvements in diversity and inclusion. That blogger is Tiffany Moon, who blogs at the Northern Belle of the South. Moon has been calling out to Like to Know It and Reward Style directly on her feed in Instagram stories and in comments on Like to Know It's recent posts, and encouraging others to do so as well. Moon, a fashion and lifestyle blogger from Raleigh, North Carolina, told BuzzFeed News she felt a duty to speak out and use her platform of roughly 15,000 followers for change. For the issue is a moral imperative as a black woman with a large following, but she also feels a duty to be an example for her 9-year-old daughter. Moon said while discussing the Floyd video with her daughter, she asked why people who have power aren't speaking. "It's hit me. I'm one of those people," Moon said. "I'm your mother and I'm not speaking up. Let me start pushing some boundaries." Moon began tagging bigger influencers and companies, asking them to speak out. She's been shocked that Like to Know It continued to post this weekend and has been dead silent on the protests. It's so frustrating to me because I've campaigned for Like to Know It for 2 years. I tell people all the time, you got to get on with it. Like to Know It, monetize, and for you guys to just remain silent, she said. Another influencer who asked to remain anonymous showed BuzzFeed News emails she received from Like to Know It over the weekend, encouraging her to continue to post affiliate links amid the protests. The company also posted several photos, some featuring women of colour, on its feed over the weekend. The company's CEO, Amber Vance Box, did post on her feed, which has around 92,000 followers, that she stands with the black community. On Monday, the company posted to its 3.5 million followers, saying it gets strength from the diversity of our influencers, brands, consumers and employees. "We are proud to lock arms with you and we will not tolerate racism within our community. We'll continue to listen and use our platform to support you as you have always supported us," the post said in part. "Standing up for one another is how we stand together. We are committed to the continued empowerment of content creators of colour." This is what Like to Know It posted on their Instagram page. The company's inaction over the weekend began to get noticed after Moon began to comment on Like to Know It's recent photos, asking them to speak out. Many other bloggers began to comment as well, calling on the platform to take a stand for its more than 3.5 million followers. "The fact that you've said nothing about what's going on but still sent out emails reminding us to meet our quotas says a lot. Hashtag Black Lives Matter," one person wrote. Another blogger who joined in calling for Reward Style to speak out is Jessica Cerna, who blogs at My Curly Adventures. Cerna, a Latina travel blogger who lives in Dallas, said while the issue is coming to a head now, Reward Style and Like to Know It have long had a diversity problem. "I always knew," she said. "You could see it on their feed and in the most successful bloggers." Moon agreed, saying that while the platform has hosted diversity events with a platform highlighting black influencers called Influencing in Colour, its feed is mostly made up of white women. "You talk about diversity and inclusion, you want to create a platform for black women, but you barely post black women on your feed," she said. The Influencing in Colour account did post about the protest, writing, "If you ever wondered why there is a need for platforms like Influencing in Colour to exist, the reason should be more apparent to know more than ever." The influencers behind the account didn't return a request for comment. Moon and others focused on Like to Know It because it has a massive impact on the influencer industry. Not only does Like to Know It have a big user base, but it now drives more than $1 billion in annual sales, according to Forbes. Since the platform has such massive influence on how a blogger is able to monetize their feed, it has been criticized in the past for not doing enough to make sure a variety of women have been showcased. Kathy Peshek, who blogs at Poor Little It Girl, even wrote in 2018 she quit using the app after she felt it was unfairly boosting some women but not others. Their feed was filled with women who fit the same mould, she wrote. The same rotation of about 10 bloggers are regrammed again and again. Influencers like Moon think now is the time to make changes in the industry, and many others agree. Megan Jane Crabb, who has 1.3 million followers under Body Posse Panda, has called for others in the industry to use your influence to make a difference. Megan said on her Twitter feed, "Influence is now's the time to ask yourself what exactly you're trying to influence. Do you just want people to dress like you and use your discount code, or do you want to influence actual social change? Say Black Lives Matter loudly, use your influence to make a difference." Moon said she has been impressed by how many influencers with hundreds of thousands of even millions of followers have been speaking out. "Even though some have said it's too late, too little too late, I do feel like some of the bloggers are being phenomenal," she said. "And they are standing up and they are saying, we are not going to put up with this. We aren't okay with this. This is wrong." She encouraged bigger bloggers to start reaching out to brands and platforms like to Know It, to take a stand and put their words into action. "Why are you not putting pressure on these brands that you partner with all the time?" she said. Cerner agreed that influencers hold the key to make their industry more diverse and enact real change. "As influencers, we have a large job ahead of us," she said. "We have the power to promote and make money for brands. However, it comes with a responsibility to also address the inconsistencies in the industry, which largely includes the lack of diversity." Moon has been encouraged by the changes that she and other influencers have already been able to make. She spearheaded a campaign to get the Pink Lily Boutique, a brand advertised by many influencers, to make a statement on the protest. After a few days, the brand released a detailed statement on its Instagram, so its nearly 800,000 followers, about changes it will be making. "We see the lack of colour in our brand and we will take action," the brand said, adding that the company will be donating an unspecified amount of money, as well as creating a t-shirt and donate the proceeds to an equality organisation. It is also asked its followers to help choose the organisation. Moon said she also spoke with the brand's CEO, Tori Gerbig, about the lack of diversity in branding. "We had a really good talk and I feel like people are hearing us," Moon said on her Instagram stories, adding that she would continue to call on Like to Know It and other brands to speak about how they could do better. Cerner said she thinks Reward Style and Like to Know It need to make real change to better their community. "I would like to see Reward Style have black and other racial groups in high decision-making roles of power," she said, "rather than just doing the bare minimum. They should be hiring professionals of inclusion and diversity to rework their system so that they can have true change." She added that she is working with other influencers to band together for anyone who is afraid to speak out can feel confident in asking for more diversity. She said, "Right now there just isn't enough pushback. We can also celebrate minority-owned businesses who extra promotion," she said. "We already share products we love and we will do more to focus on diverse products that we love." Update: Reward Style and Like to Know It sent out the following email Monday night, promising more representation on their social channels and saying they have donated to various groups. The email read, "We at Like to Know It are deeply saddened by the state of our country and are appalled by the injustices endured by the black community. As an organisation, we have not always gotten things right when it comes to diversity, inclusion and representation, and we know we have more work to do. To start, we made the decision that with our 5K retail partners to delay all sponsorships in solidarity with the black community so influencers can focus on their voices for messages that matter right now. We also made donations to the NAACP and the Centre for Policing Equity to help advance equal rights and eliminate racial discrimination. We know that we have a continued responsibility to act thoughtfully and deliberately to drive change, and we are committed to better representation in our social channels consistently and indefinitely. On June 2nd, we are participating in Blackout Tuesday by muting out our voice on social media to allow everyone to focus on black voices. Going forward, please join us in supporting black content creators and entrepreneurs by tagging, sharing and celebrating their stories and businesses with your community. Stand up for one another is how we stand together. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we do post up videos. And please do share this particular video. We was very, very close to our hearts, and we will continue to promote and uplift the black community.